Brother Chad here, G.C.B. We have this old 5 grand marquee sitting here. Has the 4.6 in it. We're going to be removing the motor, transmission, and we're going to put this setup in a 97 Ford pickup truck. The harnesses are different. Everything's different, so there's going to be multiple videos on this car because we got to remove the harness. We're going to take the dash out. We're going to take all the instrument panels from this dash and stick inside the other dash, or if I can swap the whole dash into that 97, that's what I'm going to do. I already know I got to use the steering column from this car to go inside that Ford truck because of programming issues. I got a tuner, but I'm not going to pay that $300 just so I can unlock the theft system. You know, that's just not cost effective. I didn't show the radiator. I'm ripping the radiator and the AC condenser out. You know, I didn't think it was a big deal. I had a buddy of mine that said we should have, but the radiator comes out in one big section. One big chunk. It's easy as crap to pull it out. Now, if you're just going to change, if you got a bad radiator and you're going to change out the radiator, you got to remember the AC condenser bolts to the radiator. Alright? And then the bottom part, it just slips out. Alright, the hard thing about taking out this radiator, you know, remove the AC condenser straight up forward. You got 2 AC lines here, and then you got the bolt there, you know, and then you can slide the radiator out. But let me show you something. This, they got these little hold down clamps like this. Alright, 2 brackets come over, clamps it down. To pull out a radiator, you have to disconnect the power steering hoses. And yes, they are attached to the radiator, you know, right here. And then you got one on the other side too. For the simple fact, in between the AC condenser and the radiator, it has its own transmission slash power steering cooler. It's 2-in-1 because the transmission lines come in right here, you know, and that goes into the cooler. You know, brother Mark can get a top shot maybe. Let me remove this. Can you see the cooler? Yeah, that's radiator and power steering cooler right there. That's the only thing that will make you cuss and bite your tongue and throw a tool across the ground is trying to get to that. Electric fan comes out easy, no big deal. But I took this out of one big chunk because all this radiator, AC condenser, all that's going to go inside that 97. So we still, all this on the 97 pickup truck, all this should be the same. The AC condenser, the AC evaporator should be the same. So you should be able to reuse the same hoses. What's left to pull this motor out, you know, because I'm pulling it out with the harness too, is we got to take off this top piece here. We got to remove the wiper blades. We got to remove the cover. So this way we can get to the back, and then we jack it up. Cut the exhaust, move the drive shaft. Transmission's gonna bleed all over the place like normal, so ain't no big deal. I do have shafts to slide into the transmission, tail shaft of transmission, but yeah, I forgot it at work. So, what else? If any of you need any Grand Marquis parts, 05, man, don't tape, I tell you, tape. We got mirrors. We got doors. Don't know if we're going to use a dash or not, but we got door panels. Seats are tore up. You gotta get in there and look, man. The driver's seat's tore up, but the driver's seat works. You may have a good seat, but the track broke. Well, you can swap the tracks out. You know, back seat's great. You know, back seat's in good shape. Headliner's in good shape. Windshield, if I can get the windshield out, that's gonna be in good shape. Back glass, if I can get the back glass out, that's gonna be in good shape. I ain't gonna go cheap, man. Tape, I tell you. But the whole thing is, I gotta strip this down because the back end, we're gonna get it off the chassis. Back of the car is gonna be we're gonna show you how to make a charcoal grill in the back. That and with the trunk, we're gonna have a stereo system, cooler, storage, all kinds of stuff. Now in the front, got all this space here in the front. Once it's off, the front is going to be a propane grill. I think I'm going to build a custom grill where it flips down. You can get to the knobs. And this is going to be a propane grill. You know, I'm thinking I'm going to have two setups in here. You know, one setup for one thing, the other setup for another thing. And they are going to be towable. They're going to be turned into towable freaking grills. Yeah. I know. If you've seen my my Ford one out there, it's a little rugged charcoal grill. Had some crazy comments about it, about getting tetanus shots and everything like that. But that joker worked good, man. But we got some 20s to put on it too, you know. So we're gonna have some fancy grills, but that's down the line. That's just what's gonna be upcoming. And then we're gonna take the suspension. We're gonna put this 1970 F-150 on this Crown Vic suspension. Now this already has the Crown Vic front suspension already installed. It already has the Crown Vic rear end installed, but I want to place it on the original chassis instead of the original frame on that. There's going to be some customizing, shortening the bed, all the other stuff, but it will sit lower. It'll give me that stance I'm looking for, and by the time I put some big 24s in the back and some 22s in the front, it's going to sit level. It's going to have that chip foose look, you know, nice and level and straight, some big old tires in the back. But we're going to get set up, and we'll be right back. Now you just need a top rack. So I can move this up. You know, I've been stocking up on water. So when if the shit ever hits the fan, I'll be at the corner, man. I got water, man. I got water. I got water, man. I got water for sale. And I got ice, motherfucker. Clips sitting right here, just in case you're gonna be doing a wiper motor. Now, right here's your wiper setup. You've seen everything we had to do to get them out, you know, to get to this. This tab here has 1, 2, 3. Don't break it. And you got that slide-on clip. Give me one of those metal clips. You know, before you pull that straddle off, you got these little clips here. And they just slide on, they lock everything together. So, the next step to get this out is right here is going to be the plug for the wipers. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 mil bolts. You don't touch these 10 mils. You want these ones here. So let me get the gun. Small extension. 8 mil. Or 5/16, whatever one you got. Alright. what did we use it last time?
We're running big block.
It's on extra content, probably. So, 6 screws? Oh, look at that, 6 screws. 6 8mm things. And then when that comes off in one chunk, got the wiper motor plug here. And once you get this out, you got an 8mm there. And then once that's off, the neck disconnects from the wiper motor. And then you got 3 10mm bolts to pull the wiper motor off and change it out. So that's how you do that. And then all these creases you want to clean, because this little flap here, that gets clogged. And then that's what actually keeps the water out from here. Because if that's clogged, this is just quick tips. If that's clogged, then it's going to flow over into your outside vent, and then you're going to have water inside. So quick tip, if you ever get water inside your car when it rains, check that trash right there. Because 90% of the time it's overflowing into your outside vent. Just a quick tip. But now you can see all the room we got, and we can continue on disconnecting stuff. Alright, the box is pulling out. I'll show you a quick tip. This box here, controls the vacuum for your AC. Well, not just for your AC, but this controls the vacuum on your vents, is what I meant to say. You got a one-way valve here. One is for, the bottom is black for constant vacuum. Top one is for the selection on it. If your vents, and you need to understand this, I'm going to do a short on this too. If your vents in your Crown Vic, Grand Marquis, I think it's 03 and up, if they ever stop working, if you get air on the dash and the floor, it's going to be one or two things. Your blend door actuator, which 90% of the time it's not, or you lost vacuum, because on these cars, Ford trucks also, it runs all on vacuum. I don't know, Mark, you can move you over here slowly. These two vacuum lines right here. Let me move my hands. These two vacuum lines, the black one is what sucks it down. The white one is what controls it in it. From the heat of the engine, these will dry rot. Alright? They dry rot really bad. Now, if you have a Ford Taurus, let's say, I think all the way from 97 to 08, I believe. It's a common issue because on a Ford Taurus, right here on this side of the car, you got them coming out from the firewall. If you ain't, always check that first. Don't ever go and buy a freaking cluster head, because that's not going to be the issue. Always check the vacuums. Now, yeah, it's a lot to get to on the Crown Vic and Grand Marquis, because you got to pull the wiper out and everything. But those lines, they dry rot. On the Ford Taurus, because they come right here to get so much heat, they dry rot all the damn time. So you need to check that. And then another thing on Fords is that if you ever, the controller only works on one setting, like it might work on low but nothing else, it might work on medium but nothing else, or high but nothing else, don't ever go and buy a blower motor switch. Always check the blower motor resistor, especially on the Crown Vics and the Grand Marquis. Always check the resistor. This one here is not in the resistor, it's an air tent. The resistor's inside. Now if you got an older, if you have an older Crown Vic or Grand Marquis, they got the old coil wire stuff, and they're on the outside sitting like, actually this has the resistor right here. They're all in the same spot. That's the blower motor resistor. They're all in the same spot on the Crown Vics, Grand Marquis. That will be your problem 99.9999999%. Alright? I got a little stuck there. I had to smack myself out the loop. And how you do it, you know, when you pay for it, all you do, you unplug it and you plug it into new one. Don't put it in. You do that, and then you go and check your gauge. If that fixes the problem, boom, that's it. So that's just quick tips. Always check vacuum. Always check the resistor. Always check vacuum first. Alright, before you do an actuator or any of the other crap. So, with that said and done, I'm going to get back to ripping and tearing and getting this stuff out. Alright. Started this at about 11. It's quarter after 2. It's 103 degrees inside my shop here. Motor should have been out by now. Motor transmission. Cross member fault with this. I didn't want to slip out, cut the end. Freaking bit the crap out of me after I cut it. Brother Mark's getting the tools out. We're about to drop it down and level it back out so we can get our stuff on so we can yank this joker out. Yeah, this motor and transmission did not want to come out. I'm willing to bet it's gonna fight us all the way. Lightheaded right now. Gotta cool down a little bit. When we get set up. Oh man, I'm about to pass out. Be right back. Alright. Time to get the engine out. Gotta take the transmission back up, but still, I gotta pull the alternator off real quick. Oh, I forgot about that. I got it. I mean, we gotta raise the transmission. Bring it. Yeah, so you can get it back over. The bolt right here. It is freaking hot. Y'all know what that means. Normally we put it on the ground, but we gotta weasel this thing out of here. So, go to Chad, go to Mark. It's 110 degrees now. It's 3 o'clock. I'm getting the hell out of here. You have yourself a great 4th of July. This is part 1. Next time you see us, we'll be trying to install it inside the truck. Take care.